Baby, I'm a gangster too. Baby, I'm a gangster too.
Hi babies, and welcome back to Kisses and Chaos. This is your host Lucy, and can I just say how fucking much I love you guys. I'm having so much fun with this pod, and I'm so happy that you guys love it too. I've gotten so many messages and comments about how much you guys relate and how you guys feel seen, and you guys saying that makes me feel seen, and you love that I'm open and honest and vulnerable with you guys. And let me just say, let me thank autism and ADHD because I am a classic oversharer. I used to hate it about me, and now I'm just embracing it with the pod, okay? And I appreciate you guys for letting me know that, and I love you all so fucking much. Today we are talking about limerence, and I'm gonna give you so much goddamn tea about an ex of mine that I fell victim into the limerence trap of. If you don't know what limerence is, you will by the end of this video. But first, I need to give you guys an update on my life. Skip 10 minutes if you don't want to hear, because this one might be a doozy. I have not been giving you guys enough updates on my CEO no contact situation. Last week's episode, I told you guys I was going to have a video I recorded a month ago, but I decided to scrap it because there's just so many things that have happened. I feel like I can do that episode another time. And I want you guys to have the most updated tea because so much has fucking happened since my birthday. Well, where should we begin? Let's begin with no contact. Last you guys heard, I thought she was dating someone else, and she hasn't talked to me in a month, until 12:35 on April 13th, my birthday. I got a little happy birthday. Let me just tell you, I was out with my friends, and my ego did a little happy dance. I was like, yeah. I know it's bad, but I don't care. I was like, bitch, where, like, I'm sorry. How do you go from being so obsessive with me to just like fucking not talking to me for a month? So that's why I was like, okay, she is dating someone else. And also some people from her area told me they saw her with someone or whatever. So anyways, I didn't reply back because fuck that. I'm out with my friends and I'm going to have a good time, and I'm not going to give her the satisfaction. I also want her to sweat a little bit. So then I go home with someone that we're going to be talking about in a little bit. And we end up not hooking up. We literally just, I'm pretty drunk. It's my birthday. I've been giving a lot of shots and we've been smoking a lot of blunts. And I was just like, I want Taco Bell. Like, I was just, it was one of those. I was like, I need it. I need a cheesy 5-layer burrito in my mouth, stat with a Baja Breeze. That's all I want. So we literally just like ordered Taco Bell and we like cuddled or whatever. And it was like 6 a.m. when I left. And I was like staring at this fucking happy birthday text. I decided I'm not going to call her from my number because it's 6 a.m. If she's not up, I will fucking kill myself. I'm not going to have this fucking girl have a fucking missed call from me. So I decided to download a fucking text now number, which I never do. That's more of her thing. And I call her from a text now number and she answers and I was like, and I hung up. And this bitch, she already knew it was me. She fucking called me on my regular number. She goes, I know it's you. And I was like, fuck. And I was like, why would you do this? Like, why would you say happy birthday on my birthday? Like, fucking, that is so calculated. She was just like, I've honestly like been watching your stuff this whole entire time. Even though she had me blocked, she's been watching my shit every single fucking day. Every single fucking day. And she basically said like she never stopped loving me and that she wants to try to work on things again. And I was like, this fucking bitch, bro. Like, are you kidding me? I was like, well, what about this girl that you're dating? She's like, what do you mean, who am I dating? And I was like, well, I heard. And she's like, oh, I've seen someone for a little bit, but it wasn't anything serious. And I was like, oh, well, what the fuck? And have we been talking every day since? Yeah, I don't want to hear it. I don't need to hear it. I know how this looks, but listen, guys, I haven't even told you that we had phone sex at least like 4 times already. I know. Should I just leave? Should I just go? Okay. Like, oh, I know it's bad. I know it's bad, but I know she's toxic, but at the end of the day, like we just have this fucking connection that is just so hard to beat. Like we laugh together and we have the best sex in the goddamn world. I mean, it's so good. And we just even when we fight, there's just so much love there. And I don't think I've told you guys this, but she does have BPD, which is borderline personality disorder, and they can split a lot. So when a BPD person splits, they can like have rageful moments and they can say a lot of things they don't mean. So I've always taken that into consideration, but like manipulating and lying like that isn't the same as like the blow ups. But it's just fucking hard, man. Like we're like best friends, and I do love her. Like I do. Like I'd be fucking lying if I said I didn't love her. Like, and yeah. But even like when I'm on the phone with her, I still get like really triggered sometimes. But yeah, I don't know what's happening there. She might come and see me. I know what you guys are gonna say, so I'm just gonna move on to the next person. Okay, so the person that I almost hooked up with, she is my first girlfriend almost ever, like my first actual girlfriend. We dated when we were like 15. And she I actually saw her on Hinge, which is so crazy. And she was like in this really long relationship, so I decided to like reach out. I was like, "Hey, like how you doing? Like how's everything?" And she told me like about their breakup and blah blah blah. And we decided to get drinks that night, and we just like hit it off. Like it's just like we can just yap together, and it just flows so well. And there's always like this really undeniable chemistry with me and her. And by the way, we are gonna start calling her Riverbend because when we were 15, we didn't have cars, so we lived so close to each other that our our neighborhoods were really, really close. And there was this park in between both of our neighborhoods. And we would always meet there and we like carved our name into like the bench and stuff. And it was just really fucking cute, you know? So yeah, we hooked up the first night we saw each other again. We were just making out at the bar, bro. I was just feeling her so much. She looked so good. Like this bitch has been in the gym. She was punky. She wore like a slip-on shirt. I was just like, okay. But she's leaving in like a month. She like tours festivals and stuff. So I'm just like, fuck. But we both make music together. She came over a couple days ago and we like wrote a song together. She sings and plays guitar and writes, and I sing and play guitar and write. So we're just like, it's just cute and it's so innocent because we were in love so young. And yeah, so we're gonna call her Riverbend, but I don't have anything else to say on that. Maybe I'll see her soon, but I'm gonna keep you guys updated. And on CEO, I'm seeing her this weekend. I'm celebrating my birthday in St. Pete, which is where she lives, with all my girlfriends. And we got like an Airbnb and I'm super excited. We're gonna go to this like club called The Castle, and it's a goth club. I'm so excited. But things just haven't been the same since her last crash out. So long story short, she went on this work trip. She left my house, right? And then she went right to her flight and then went to the city where her work trip was in. And she got so drunk at the hotel bar by herself, by the way, which I was like, girl. And she knew I was streaming, right? So she's calling me like over and over again. Like I called her right before streaming. I could tell she was a little drunk. I was like, "Hey baby, well, I'm like about to stream." So, and she was like already kind of being like kind of weird and like hostile at that point. But I was like, okay, like I have to go. I have to work. She calls me like 30 times during fucking stream, maybe even more. And my MacBook is Apple, so it connects to my phone. And since I'm not on that, I'm on my PC, it was like ringing over and over again on my desktop. And it was so annoying. And I had to pause the stream. I was like, "Hey, are you okay? Like I'm actually worried." And she was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, well, I'm fucking working, bitch." I was like, "Hello, I can't answer your 40 fucking calls." And I was a lot nicer than that, but that's how I felt in my head. I was just like, "Well, I gotta go. I'm streaming." And I hang up, and then she messages me, she voice memos me, and she's like, "We're done." We're done. That's literally how she said it. She was like so drunk and she doesn't remember anything in the morning. And I was just like, girl, what the fuck? Like, I was so excited about you. It felt so good and safe. Like, you're supposed to be like the good one, you know? So I don't know. It just hasn't felt the same, but still really like her. I just need more time because that was a really big red flag, you know? But anyways, let's get into Limerence. Let me paint you guys the picture of my fucking tea on this shit. Standing in this really big, beautiful house that I had gotten from my music video. All the crew is there. I'm standing there with my dress unzipped. I'm trying to finish this expensive ass music video that I just poured all of my money into and worked really hard on. And my girlfriend, she is screaming at me drunk, passed out in the other room at one point. And guess who's in the other room? Renee Rapp. Yeah. We're going to dive more into that situation. But looking back at this whole relationship, I realized it wasn't love. It was limerence the whole fucking time. A psychological obsession with chasing chaos, calling it love, and losing myself to someone who was never mine. Let's go back. Now, when I first met her, I knew she was a walking red flag. But when we started connecting, I was already in limerence. I was already fantasizing and picturing our life together and how cute we'd be on TikTok and all this shit without even meeting her, right? But she was beautiful and tall and she was my type and we got each other sexually. Like, if you can have phone sex with someone off the bat, like, that's how you know you're gonna have good sex with them. Phone sex, because I'm a lesbian, we're always long distance. But I was just really addicted to her, honestly, from the start, even though she was doing whippets constantly, blow on like a Tuesday night in her bedroom, not going anywhere, just chilling. And I was just like, it's just a phase. She's just a party girl. She just needs someone like me to come in, you know? I made it make sense in my head, but it really fucking didn't. A couple months in, she was sleeping and I was just looking at her. I was like, I really don't even feel like I know who this is. Like, I think I'm just like, I just love how she looks because she is beautiful. And she is, honestly, she was a super sweet girl and she was an acts of service queen. She really did a lot for me, and I will say that. But I had a feeling that something just wasn't like, it didn't feel completely real. So I go on her phone and I look through her best friend's text messages and I go back to the time where we were first dating. And she literally said to her best friend, she's not really my type, but imagine all the festivals I could go to. What? Bitch? I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what the fuck? It was so gross. And I asked her about it in the morning. I was just like, I know it's bad that I went through your phone, but like, I found something. So, care to explain? And she was like, I was just trying to look cool in front of my friends. I'm like, that's your best friend. I don't think so, honey. I don't think so. But at this point, I really thought I was like really in love with her. And she was already like planning to move here. Like, I don't know. I got really distant after that. She, honestly, like post breakup, when we first broke up, she talked a lot about how she never felt like wanted and stuff. I'm like, this is why. Because you did shit like this. And there's more to come. Okay. So for some of you that don't know what limerence is, because bitch, I didn't either until one of my friends told me 2 years ago. And I was like, that makes sense. Limerence is when you become emotionally dependent on somebody else's validation. It's not love, baby. It's an addiction. It's an obsessive craving for emotional reciprocation. You're literally getting high off of the fantasy that you're creating in your head. How many times have we talked about this, guys? How many? Usually a lot of people that are anxious attachment develop this, or girls that just never felt like they were really safe in love, aka me. It's a brain crush on fucking steroids. Your whole body is getting obsessed with someone, not because they're right for you, but because they feel like the answer to something deep that you've been missing. It's that feeling where you first met, but you're already imagining your wedding and kids and this and that. Every text they send you, your heart races. And if they don't text you, you spiral. You ignore huge red flags because the chemistry is just so insane. Basically, limerence is emotional cocaine. And a lot of us confuse it with love, especially when we've grown up with unpredictable love or rejection. A psychologist called Dorothy Tevin calls it an involuntary obsession mental state. You're addicted to the idea of them or the idea of them loving you back. Your brain starts fantasizing and filling in those gaps of who you want them to be instead of who they actually are. How many of us have done that? It's also tied to dopamine spikes, your feel-good chemical. We talk about that all the time, guys. That fire when love is inconsistent. It's like a slot machine. You're literally fucking doing an emotional lottery. You keep pulling the handle, hoping for a win, and that keeps you going back. Anyways, going back to the tea on my ex-girlfriend. I know you guys are waiting for it. After I saw those text messages in her phone, we just started clashing. She honestly kind of presented herself to me as she didn't want to be a party girl anymore. She really wanted to get out of doing drugs and drinking all the time because it was just an excessive amount. I mean, doing whippets every day is crazy, and doing blow on like a Tuesday in your room and doing nothing. I'm just like, girl, honey. And then also I'm taking her all my festivals I'm playing, and she just wants to get really fucked up. And my one boundary with her is, can you just not do drugs while I'm playing? You know? She does not respect that boundary. Her and all her friends, I play a festival in her city, and all her and her friends were all tripping, and I was just so annoyed because I was like, I just wish you would have waited. Like, this is my job. But I'm like, I just played a 60-minute set and it's hot as fuck and I feel like I'm fucking dying. Fuck, I just worked, you know? And I understand she wants to party, but she just always just made me feel like a buzzkill, and it just made me feel like shit sometimes because I wanted to be more of a partier for her, but I just was simply not there. Like, I don't want to go and do Molly after my set. I don't think there's anything wrong with people that do drugs. But I just don't want to do that, especially not at a festival that I'm playing. Like, I don't want to fucking someone come up to me and they're like, Lucy, and I'm like, wow. You know, I'm not a cute roller. I've never been, okay? We don't need that. But one thing that really fucking stuck out to me in this relationship, and I was like, okay, I literally don't know who the fuck this is, and I'm totally in love with the idea of them, and this is fucking Limerence, is me and one of my really good friends, we were all getting dinner together, and she was like, what's your passion in life? To her. Like, what do you want to do? Like, if you could do anything. And she goes, I want to become a DJ and make music. I was too stunned to speak. I was like, I literally turned around, I was like, what? Like, I make music around you constantly. What the fuck are you talking about? I can't even make this shit up, guys. And she was just like, oh, I just never really told you. I was like, no, bitch, you just don't know who you are. Okay? Like, I can't. Because you've never shown interest in it literally ever. And you're in my studio constantly. And now suddenly it's your dream. I just like, it just felt so fake. I was like, okay, this girl does not know who she is at all. I just kind of realized like I'm dating somebody with no real direction in life. And she was just using drugs and chaos to mask it. And I was like, fuck. Because she already moved down here and shit. And we just started having problems. Now, I know you guys are like, okay, bitch, get to the fucking music video. Like, what the fuck? Renee Rapp was there. And I'm like, let's go. So let me just fucking tell you guys that the day before we left, it was on the fucking weekend, Friday, I did not sleep at all. I have insomnia. Sometimes I don't sleep. And I fainted that morning. I fainted. I'm like on the ground. And she's like, she fucking is like, baby, you fainted, whatever. And I'm like freaking out because I'm like, I have to get to, like, we're about to hop on a flight to LA. And it was just so awful. And like, I started my period. I was like cramming so bad. It was horrible. And whatever. So that's our Friday. We get to LA. I do like this dance class thing, and then like we go to sleep, and then we have to wake up really early because our call time is at 9 a.m., which I'm nocturnal, so that's really fucking hard for me. But I finally get like a little bit of sleep, so I'm like, let's go. So everything's fine. She's at the music video. She asked if she can invite her friends because her friends lived in LA, and I was like, oh, yeah, sure. And at this point, this music video, I was kissing somebody. She already knew about it previously. She actually knew the talent that we hired. She already knew I was going to be, there was a kissing scene. She already expressed, because she's a very possessive person, like possessive, like she fucking one time shoved a fan into a wall because he ran up and hugged me. That was embarrassing. Anyways, but she already knew the talent is dating someone. I'm dating her. It's just a fucking kiss for a music video. I understand not feeling comfortable. That's the whole reason why I brought her, because she was like, I would feel more comfortable if I'm there, even though her flight was $500. And I had a feeling, I was like, we're not in a good place. Like, I don't think like this is good for us right now. But still, she insisted. So I was like, fine. Ching, who's paying for it? Me. Her and the talent are taking TikToks, and all the crew is busy. They're eating. I'm getting ready for the next scene. We just came. I'm like exhausted. I'm like, baby, can you come and help me like zip up my jumpsuit? And she was like, hold on. And I was like, baby, we're on a time. If you know music videos, everything's like on time. Like you need to like, it's go, go, go. Time is money, you know? So I was like, baby, please. Cause she's not a TikToker, for one. And I'm sorry, but if my girlfriend, who just fainted yesterday, who just spent so much fucking money on this music video, who flew you out, who your friends are here, who bought all this alcohol and all this food for everybody, asked you just to zip up your dress for this fucking music video, I would be like, hey, I'm gonna go do this for her. I'll be right back. But no, she fucking comes in and she slams the door behind the bathroom and she's like, today's not all about you, you know? And I go, what the fuck? Actually, it is! It is all about me! I'm sorry, it is. My fucking savings is in this shit. You're fucking here on my, like, I fucking flew you out. What? I was just so appalled and I just look at her, I was like, it actually is, and I cannot deal with this attitude right now as I am not fucking doing well. I fainted yesterday. I haven't been sleeping, like, I can't deal with this. So whatever. So she's getting more drunk with her friends. I'm just kind of avoiding it, doing my scenes, whatever. So she walks in on the kissing scene. And like I said, she already knew about the kissing scene. We've talked about it, even though I knew she didn't love it. And I know some people wouldn't feel comfortable with that. But I expressed to her how this was my vision and how it's just work. And we agreed that that was okay together, as long as she was there. So after that, she saw it. She goes out, does like a bunch of shots with her friends, starts getting drunk as fuck. Renee Rapp is there because Renee Rapp knew somebody like in the project. And in a different room, she starts yelling at me all this shit. Basically like how gross I am or something. I don't know exactly the words. I think I kind of blocked it out, but she was yelling at me. And, you know, walls are kind of thin. I'm like, please shut up. Like Renee Rapp is in the next room. And also all the crew I hired, like this is such a professional music video. Like it was my first one ever. And she just passes out. And all the crew is like having to go and like get their fucking their equipment out of the room and like being quiet because she's passed out. It was just so fucking embarrassing. And that was the breaking point. I wasn't dating someone who actually fucking loved me. I was dating somebody who was kind of using me. I don't think she knew at the time. I do think like we both thought we were in love, but looking back, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I think. Limerence basically convinced me to stay throughout the whole relationship, even though all those red flags have led up to that moment, you know? So how you watch out for this and not go through what I went through is if they make you feel addicted, not connected. If you're having like that insane like butterfly feeling, honestly, butterflies are anxiety and not a lot of people know that. But it's hard, especially when you're someone like me who does like chaotic, toxic people, because it is that rush, that gambling feeling. You're more in love with their potential than who they actually are. Shh, everything's fine. You're more anxious than calm in their relationship. You stay through humiliation, hoping it will change. I felt like that whole relationship was low-key a humiliation ritual for me. But alas. And you ignore your own values to keep peace. Like, the amount of times I did that throughout that relationship. And Limerence is just so confusing because you're just like, but I want, like, I feel so fucking good with them. And it's like, oh no, like, this isn't actually what it's supposed to be like. I'm not supposed to feel like this. If you just met somebody or you're in a relationship and you're wondering if it's love or limerence, I would ask these questions. If you think about them constantly, even when they keep hurting you, you feel like you need their attention to feel okay. You believe if you love them harder, they'll see your worth. You're chasing the fantasy of them and the potential, even though that's not who they are at all. Well, baby, that's limerence, not love. Love feels like safety, and limerence is chaos in a miniskirt. It's really hard, though. I get it. I mean, I really wanted it to be her. She's actually dating a girl that I considered a friend at one point. They're really messy. They're like in this like fucking lesbian group. But yeah, and now when I look at her photos, I honestly have no idea who she is, which is super scary. Like, if someone doesn't know who they are at all, it's just a slippery fucking slope. And if you've ever stayed too long because everything was magical in the beginning and you were creating all these fantasies in your head and you really wanted it to be them, or you made excuses for all the times they've treated you like shit, you're not stupid. You're not. It's literally your brain addicted. And even after the fucking music video Renee Rapp thing, we broke up, and then a couple months later, I asked for closure, and she said no. She was like, oh, I moved on. And she did move on with a person from our friend group. I stopped being friends with that friend group as soon as the breakup ended because I knew something was weird. She was texting a girl in our friend group just constantly, the girl that she's dating now. And she would always be like, and I would say, this makes me uncomfortable. You guys are texting so much. And she'd say, you don't want me to have friends. You don't want me to have friends. And I was like, no, I feel like something's going on. And I found out that when we broke up, that girl that we were both mutually friends with, that my ex is dating now, cheated on her girlfriend of like 5 years with my ex. And now they're together. So I'm glad I got out of that fucking shit. Oh, also, she joined my live the other day, so she definitely looking at my shit. I saw her username. I was like, ah! I literally said on my live, ah! My ex is on here. And I already wrote the episode by then, so I was like, spooky. But even though she did some shitty things, she is a sweet girl at the end of the day. And I have no hate towards her. It's just was simply limerence. Because that shit will make you think pain is passion, baby. But real love feels like coming home and it feels safe. It doesn't scream at you in front of your crew and Renee Rapp. And it doesn't have you questioning your worth every night, because I was just always so confused on why she was doing these things. And then my avoidant ass would pull back more, and that was just creating more problems. And yeah. But yeah, you're not here to be chosen by people that can't even choose themselves. When you choose you, that's when the real love begins, baby. I love you all so fucking much. I hope you enjoyed this video. So much goddamn tea in it. And yeah, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and comment. Also, rate the podcast. Apparently, that really helps. So I would love that. I'm just like learning out this podcasting thing. I was like, oh, everyone's like, oh, tell them to rate the pod. I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm like, so if you love me, rate the pod. I love you all so much, my beautiful, chaotic angels. I hate anybody who's ever been mean to you. You're perfect and amazing. Fuck limerence. It's just hard when fucking maybe, like, I don't know. Is, like, real love supposed to feel boring? I don't know. We should do, like, a fucking episode on that or something. But yeah, again, let me know what you guys want to hear. I love you all so much, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.
Baby, I'm a gangster too.